Hello there everyone, this is I am Mach3 and welcome back to the giant stompy robot simulator that is Mechwarrior Online. And for today's walk we are taking one of the shiny new ones out and about. We have here a Fafnir. And following on from what I mentioned in yesterday's Annihilator video, we have a PPC based Fafnir. Or if you want to be specific, this is the, as soon as I find the right point, there we go, right, the FNR-6U. So this is the 6U version. And it is purely energy based with supporting projectile weaponry, as you can see. So let's go ahead and take this thing into the mech lab and show you what I've done with it. Because honestly, this started out as the loadout I mentioned in yesterday's video, where I was playing around with a quad heavy PPC Fafnir. And this is what it evolved into. So, let's see. Right, so to do the general rundown, this particular chassis is a standard frame with a light ferrofibrous armor upgrade. It also sports the ultra-high technology double heat sinks to try to keep the design cool, though it is not quite maxed out on the cooling because, you know, I felt it was okay, so I allowed some space for backup weaponry instead, and I'll get to that in just a moment. The entire machine operates on a light 325 engine, which gives it a top speed of 52.7 kph, while also being able to survive the loss of a side torso. Though if it loses both side torsos, it will die, but that's okay because it would be out of weaponry at that point anyway. So yes, there we go. Okay, so the backup weaponry I mentioned is a quartet array of heavy machine guns, 2 in each arm, and they are supplied by 1 ton of ammunition each, or 4 tons in total. A little bit light, but they are a point-blank combat option, really, to help support the mech if the enemies get up close and personal. This is what I mentioned yesterday as well, the fact that the most PPC variants don't have point-blank firing capability, and that was my main problem with taking a quad heavy PPC version out. Not only were the heavy PPCs really bulky, they also had severe heat issues and a rather sizable minimum range. 90 meters. It's actually more than you think it is. And it's quite easy to get within 90 meters and then be surprised when your PPCs stop doing any damage whatsoever. So there you go. So yes, that's the backup weaponry for up close and personal. The primary weaponry is split into 2 weapon sets. Each side torso has got a heavy PPC and a snub nose PPC installed. So if I go to the columns here, the way it's worked is we've got the snub noses. I think the snub noses are... Wait, which ones? No. Yes? No? I have forgotten. Don't mind me. I did arrange them in a particular order. I've just forgotten which way around they are. So if I take out the heavy PPC, which one disappears? It'll be that one. Okay, that is what I thought it was. That was one heck of a brain derp I just had there. Okay, so the heavy PPCs are these lower, closer mounted ones at the front, while the ones recessed into the massive firing ports are the snub noses. So the way this is configured is unlike the Annihilator yesterday, which is like spray and pray PPC bolts everywhere for everyone who could possibly want them, and for many people that don't want them. This one is meant to be more of a targeted. What a dirty word. Targeted. You have to aim in this mech. It's like... And that's because the PPCs are meant to be fired in tandem. The heavy PPCs have got more range on them because they are just better at that in general, though they're not as good as a normal PPC. Let's see, the optimum range is 540, while a snub nose is 270 for 630. Yeah, heavy PPC can hit much further, so they're a bit closer together. You're meant to fire them at the same time. And then as the enemies get closer, we've got these snub-nose PPCs to help defend ourselves if they get too close for comfort, especially at the ranges where the heavy PPCs stop doing any damage. because at that point we'll also be in range for the heavy machine guns on the arms. So that's the general idea behind that. Oof. I'm actually having to explain a fair bit in this one. Jeez. Okay. And then finally, to try and keep this design cool, we have a total of 9 added heat sinks. 3 in the engine, then 3 on each side of the mech, 2 in the arms, 1 in the center torso. This is where the balancing and compromise came in, as I mentioned, because we could fit in an extra 2 heat sinks, but that would be in trade for 2 of the heavy machine guns. So it becomes a question of what is your preferred thing here. Do you want double the point-blank projectile firepower? Which, you know, might be useful, might not be, don't know. Or do you want some extra cooling capability to allow your machine to keep firing its PPCs more? I don't know. I might swap these between matches, actually, so that's a question mark. But if you swap out some of the heavy machine guns, then you can actually take 2 tons of heavy machine gun ammo out and actually install an AMS and a 1.5 ton of AMS ammunition for some extra defense and endurance at the cost of a little bit of offensive firepower. So that is an alternate configuration for this particular machine. And with that, I have run over pretty much everything there is with this. So we will take this PPC-based Fafnir out into the field and see how well this behemoth handles. Well, actually, I know how well the mech handles. The question is how well the loadout will handle. Because I'm quite happy with how the Fafnir handles in general. And this, honestly, is the fastest Fafnir I have ever Fafnired around because of a Fafnir. Fafnir. Fafnir, Fafnir, match number 1. Fafnir, yes.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Okay, here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Polar Highlands. The game mode is Skirmish. So we need to shoot anything that moves, and no doubt many things that don't. Like that snowdrift over there. Die, snowdrift. Ha 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 ha. That'll teach you for being white and cold. Yes. Okay, so that was my snub-nose PPC array that fired there. 28% heat rating. And then find my heavies. Look at that, over 40% heat if I unleash my heavy PPCs. This is why a quad heavy PPC loadout is such a hassle to deal with. It is just so hot to fire heavy PPCs in any kind of speed. So having the snub noses with lower temperature profile and closer range to fall back on, I think just makes it for a more flexible machine. And then of course we've still got those lovely heavy machine guns in the arms as well, which we can unlatch if we really want to, just to angle up and down like that. Unfortunately they're too far back, I can't actually see them. But I tend to forget to unlatch my arms. Unfortunately there's no lower arm actuators as well, so these are basically horizontally attached turrets, these arms, because they can just swivel up and down, and that's about it. Potentially useful. However, this is also a lucky thing that we're on this particular match with this Fafnir rather than the Annihilator last time, because we've got the heavy PPCs with their admittedly worse heat profile. They run super hot. Oops. Just hit the brakes there. But they've got much better maximum range. Big boys in I-9. Okay. Looks like me and my fellow Fafnir are heading in that general direction then. Unless he hits the brakes. Can't really see much of anything, so... Boys are in I-9, they said. Oh, hello, I see an enemy over there. Oh, I actually managed to predict that correctly and hit him. I am positively shocked. It must be that filthy aiming thing they speak of sometimes. Oh. but that was just a really lucky shot that I clipped his leg with the heavy PPC.
Target spotted.
Didn't kill the leg though, I must admit, but it was outside optimum range, so that I'm not exactly surprised at that.
Target acquired.
Arctic cheetah over there among the rocks. Okay. No one's decided to take any bright pot shots at my mech yet, but I'm going to stay in cover just so they don't have a real chance. Maybe I can, if I can catch this Arctic cheetah unawares. Probably can't. He's probably a bit wary because of that, but
Target spotted.
I'm just going to see if I can find him a little bit. Then again, I am kind of moving too far away from my allies at this point. Oh, hello. Oh! I accidentally fired everything, and that immediately overloaded me. So that was actually double ghost heat, which pushed my reactor to critical and immediately shut me down. Yeah, I just started to fire my heavies, and I thought, you know what, I want to fire my snubs as well, and I accidentally hit both buttons at the same time, so that was all 4 PPCs firing at once. So that was a PPC alpha strike with entirely predictable results. My poor engine. Oh, my poor engine. But if you thought that was bad, picture that with 4 heavy PPCs instead of 2 heavies and 2 snubs.
Warning, incoming missile. Warning, incoming
Yeah, they've
missile.
decided I'm a priority target. Oh, that was an airstrike, I think. But yeah, as you saw there, I fired the heavies, and then I just switched and fired the snubs instead, rather than wait for the heavies to cool down. And that's also why you don't want to just spam fire, because this mech will overheat far too readily if you're not careful with it. Oh, I think I just tagged that guy in the shoulder. He's probably not too happy with that. Unfortunately, the enemy's in the lead as well. Oh, we've lost our fellow Fenrir, we've lost the dire wolf, we've just lost a mad dog.
Target destroyed.
25% of the enemies are eliminated.
I should probably turn off my override, honestly. But yeah, we've just lost all of our... They've got massive lurming power, it seems. Their lights are dead. Yeah, but they may have lost their lights, but we've lost practically all of our... Nope. There's also that recoil shock when I fire the heavies. Because the heavies are so heavy, they actually produce some serious recoil blasts, but I think I am the last remaining assault on our forces. Oh, straight through the middle.
Kilo.
I've not had a chance to fire the heavy machine guns yet, though, I must admit. Overheated again, but only just. I've still not had a chance to do the heavy, so I think I'm going to do what I mentioned before, which is I'm going to strip out some a couple of heavy machine guns to mount some additional heat sinks.
We've lost half our force. We can't lose any more soldiers.
Target acquired.
Enemies
Target
are half
destroyed.
depleted. Keep pushing.
I got to admit though, once I actually find my targets, this thing does deal quite a bit of damage.
Incoming missile.
So as I said, I am the last assault on our team, so that means I'm a priority target really. Ow. Got to try to soak that in damage,
Missile.
because yeah, we've lost way too much gear.
Incoming missile. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Oh, 3 kills. I'm actually doing okay here.
Target acquired. Warning, incoming missile. Center torso critically damaged.
Ow.
Destroyed.
Ow, 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 ow.
Warning, incoming missile. Left torso.
We're taking critical.
Yeah, I couldn't keep up.
You to pull through.
That snub and heavy combo, though, seems to be extremely viable. So, we will be switching to the alternate configuration that I mentioned. Look, 3 outright kills. And that was after the rest of the assaults were down, so I was holding off there for a while, and I actually almost evened the playing field. That dragon took quite a bit of flack trying to take me out as well, but yep, there goes the dragon. We are now even. We actually have a chance to win this. And I know with absolute certainty that this chance is something that I bought for our team with my 3 PPC kills after the rest of the assault lance was taken out. That feels actually really good. I don't mind the fact that I'm dead at all, because I bought us a chance. No, unfortunately, it's now 2-on-1. This, oh no, it's even. It's even. We got a street cleaner versus a locust. Ooh, that poor locust. Because I think the mech that we're watching is a light. Yeah, I am absolutely confident in saying that I brought us to this point. I claim responsibility for giving us the chance to win. Because I held the line. Yeah, it's just... oh, that's a raven. Oh, that raven! Look at all his armor. If he gets legged though, he's going to die. Come on! Oh, there goes the machine gun ammo. However, the raven is much more damaged. Yes. Come on, you've got this. Just pin him down and kill him. There we go.
Command to ground forces. We're detecting no more
Nice kill. Good game. And I proudly claim responsibility. I turned the tide and blunted the enemy assault with my solid 3 kills. Oh wow, 3 outright kills, 7 assists, 1 solo kill, 1 damage most dealt. 273 damage. It's a bit lower than expected, but I just, the guys I killed, I smacked them really hard. Oh, but Rain finished it with that clutch kill at the end, right there. He managed to catch the Raven and kill it. Oh yes. But anyway, I'm going to do some quick modifications. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep on blathering, at least right now. So I'm not going to shut up. I am sorry. So yes, now to make sure that we're clear here, this is the alternate version I talked about before. I'm stripping out half of the machine guns, though I must admit the machine guns were doing something. They started to be of use later on, but yeah, they weren't doing that much damage overall. They only do like 6 damage per second in terms of raw DACA. So I think being able to maintain the heat sinks a little bit better for a bit more mid-range kick would probably be a bit more useful. I also think that one of the kills was actually down to the heavy machine guns as well, which is why it's a bit of a trade-off. It wouldn't be fair though to talk about it and then not do it, would it? So right, let's do this. Strip out heavy machine gun each. So that's that. Double heat sinks replace them. Actually, we've got a slight problem here. Light ferro. I worked out the alternate before I installed light ferro. So standard would free up would require 1 extra ton, but it cost me 250,000 to make the switch. You know what? I'm going to do it because I want to test it, and then I'd sacrifice some of the ammo for that. So yes, come on, there we go. Put that into there. That gives us 99 tons. We've only got 2 tons of ammo, so not quite enough to be comfortable with an AMS. Though we do have some choices here. We can either go with 1 more ton of heavy machine gun ammunition, so that's an extra 1,000 rounds, which might be useful. Though that said, we had no ammo problems at all with heavy machine guns with that. We were out of range for most of the time anyway. So I still think the AMS would be the good choice here, because we ate a fair few missiles in that. So even an AMS fitted with a half ton of ammo would be a useful choice to just help us endure that a little bit better. So yes, 1,000 rounds in the AMS. It won't keep us safe for long, but it will eat up some incoming incoming guided weaponry nonsense. And then we can put 2 points of armor out into the arms just to make them a little bit stronger. And that is the alternate version there. Save that, yes. Okay. I didn't install my cockpit items, did I? I did not. I did not. Okay. Roll on match number 2, though, as I sort this out. I'm not surprised at all.
What are you flying, Rust Bucket?
The UZ build, the free one.
Reactor
Haven't tried that out yet.
online. Sensors online.
New Zealand in general is a good mech.
Weapons online. All systems nominal.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to match number 2. The game mode is...
I think my favorite part of the game is just DACA, and I'm just stuck on that. I'm just not good enough for missiles or
is skirmish,
DOS.
and
So I just like
we're
AC2s
in the same place
or
again, I think.
rubber cans.
Nothing wrong with a
I've
good
got
bit of
this loaded
DACA.
up I've got this with PVCs and AC-10s.
One of the other Azeals I actually fitted with a pair of Rack 5s. It was really fun.
I've got that on my Marauder. Other Marauder.
By the way, there will be some random talking, because apparently I've dropped in with some people
I've
who
only
like to
been playing
chat.
for a couple of months, so maybe once I actually get, I'm a better pilot, maybe it'll be a little more fun.
Now, this is my second day.
Well, there
Oh,
you go.
I've been playing for years, and I still call myself a lousy pilot. So there you go.
I'm working on staying with the group and supporting the team.
That's the best way.
Day.
We have new people. Cool.
Did I hear somebody say it was their first day?
Second.
Second day, okay.
Well, since we've got talking, I should probably do a quick friendly little notice then. I am actually recording this for a YouTube video, just so you know.
What channel?
Same as my name.
I'll look it up.
Well, this one is actually for a video that's going out tomorrow. So, there you go. The more the merrier, really.
Well, I'll sub.
Only sub if you like the content, my friend. Oh, seems like a nice person. Okay. But anyway. Yes. I mentioned before that, it felt like I was overheating a bit too much when I was firing my PPCs. So, that's why I switched out for the extra
Try to leave
cooling.
the best looking corpse.
I'll try dying in a musing position.
Oh
Target
god, that reminds me
acquired.
of Fisto. Assume
India
a
7
position.
contact, Mad Dog.
Target spotted.
Mad Dog.
LRM 15.
I do not know who Rust Bucket is or anything like that, but that is... Oh, there's plenty of things coming actually.
New target acquired.
Ow, my rear armor! Oh well, it's my own fault that. I'm just gonna take cover here a little bit.
Incoming missile.
Oh look, incoming missiles. That's why I've got an AMS.
Artillery dropped on Bravo.
Right, I've taken a few glancing hits though there, but I'm back in cover now. So,
Target spotted.
right myself, right mouse is firing.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Warning, incoming missile.
Ow. I'm actually taking quite a bit of punishment there.
Warning, incoming missile.
And I'm drawing a lot of enemy guided weaponry. There's someone over this way. Okay. But yeah, I do really like this design. The combination of PPCs does give it quite a balanced outlook on life.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Heat level critical.
Yep, I can definitely fire this thing more reliably. Oh, and I just overloaded, but I did smack the Uziel in the face
Get
for
Override engaged.
his audacity to
New target
try and do
acquired.
things. Yeah, we're getting flanked pretty heavily, actually.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Okay, let's see if I can do something to help out with this Jenna. I'm not going to move around too far, though, but we just want this Jenna dead.
Target destroyed.
Yeah,
New
the Jenna
target
did pull us out of
acquired.
position slightly, but not massively so.
AMS ammo at 25%.
The AMS is
Warning,
continuing to busy.
impact missile.
Ow. My poor rear armor.
Warning, impact
Ow!
Enemy
My
farm
poor rear armor.
completed.
Well, actually, my rear armor is...
Tell anybody I change out the PPCs for AC2s.
Oh, how dare you.
It works.
I know, multiple AC2s is a very solid assault choice, actually.
Got
AMS
two at
ammo
Hotel 7.
depleted. Target acquired. Heat level critical. Target destroyed.
Okay, that Uziel is dead. 2 Snubnoses BPCs and an LBX-5.
Target acquired.
Well, he was firing at extreme range with his PPCs at me earlier then. Oh no, there's another one there. Okay. Missed. Oh, there's an Atlas.
New target acquired.
Need assistance.
Heat level critical.
Oh, and I overloaded again. Okay, so yeah, even with the extra heat sinks, I am overloading quite regularly, but the heat sinks let me recover a lot more readily than when I had the heavy machine guns installed. So that is definitely a solid choice. Just turning there to splash that out. Okay, we're all
New
good.
target
That
acquired.
Vindicator's causing issues, but we do have an edge.
The enemies are half depleted. Keep pushing.
Okay, that I think that was something or other.
Heat level critical.
Yeah.
AMS cord. Atlas.
Did you say the Atlas is cord?
Aye.
Sounds like a good thing to shoot at then.
He's dead.
Solid kill.
New target acquired.
Let's see. We are spreading out a bit, but that's okay because we are actually massively in the lead here. That's out of range for that, but I can try to do something about that.
We've almost got them all. Clean up
Solid,
the
solid. Okay, we've almost got this.
Heat level critical.
So yeah, as you can see, if I start to use my heavies
Destroyed.
much, I do overload quickly.
Echo.
Where's he at?
He's all the way over in I-9. You guys have fun with him over there.
Yep.
Target acquired.
Oh, it's a Timberwolf. Oh, they've got a heavy over there to try and deal with. But he's the last enemy as well. Honestly, there is one thing I need to reflect on with this Fafnir, which is the fact I actually upgraded the engine to give it a little bit more speed. It does feel slightly more flexible, so it was a good choice. Oh, I bet he felt that one. Haha. But yeah, it was a good choice in general. Oh, I actually managed to tear out his rear armor.
He's shooting at me. I'm like, go ahead. I don't have the ammo.
All right,
There's
good
my,
game, everyone.
Best game of the day for me.
Good deal, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, we
3
have
skill points. That'll work.
1 killing blow, 7 kill assists. 331 damage, so we actually did more damage there because we could keep our PPCs firing more easily, I suspect, and we were using them a bit more carefully, so that also helped. But yes, That was actually very, very satisfactory there. And the AMS stopped 100 points of damage. Actually, I think the AMS is the reason we didn't have any armor breaches. If we hadn't stopped the missiles we did stop, I would probably have lost armor on a few sections, and that would have been a bit more interesting. So yeah, the AMS with a half-ton is not often a priority choice, but it seems to have worked well here. The heavy machine guns were next to useless, however, so there is that. Still, that has been a look at my PPC-braced Fafnir. Double heavy, double snub-nose, and then backed up by double HMG. That is the build I think I will keep. It felt better than the quad HMG version as well. So yes, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show, and I will catch you all some other time. Maybe in the Discord of this channel, which is a thing. And I'm just trying to make sure people know about it. You can find a link in the description down below if you wish to engage in social media or chats and all that jazz. You'll find some fellow game enthusiasts there, where you can just talk or hang out or arrange to play games. It is entirely up to you. But just don't mind the fact that we are also mildly, moderately, kinda, sorta, maybe clinically insane. Sometimes on a Tuesday, when the crows fly and the moon turns red and starts spraying milk chocolate at everyone. I went off on a tangent there, but you get the idea. Yes. See you all later. Yes, you are a good Fafnir. I am happy with you. You are a dangerous Fafnir, which is even better. Oh, yes.